Peace and blessings. This is July 5th. This is actually my 13th year, the anniversary to the 13th year of me being free from incarceration in any form. I'm here to drop a couple of jewels, man, that's necessary. We have to restructure and take hip hop over. So I'm calling on the circle of founding fathers. I'm calling on Kool Herc, my brother, big brother, confidant. I want you, Coke LaRock. We need Grandmaster Flash, Grand Wizard Theodore, WizKid. We need all the people from the circle of founding fathers, to come forward and to talk to the politicians to take back hip hop. This is not hip hop anymore. And the popularity component of hip hop is being controlled by people who have no real input into what is hip hop. And the disrespect to the fact that the circle of founding fathers, that the creators of hip hop are still alive. Y'all are alive and doing well. You're not like on your deathbeds, man. And hip hop needs to be controlled by the people who actually created it, so it can go in the direction that it's supposed to go into. Because what's going on here is that you got a lot of disrespectful people. And Herc, Coke LaRock, Flash, Raheem, Melly Mel, all of the true pioneers, man, from the Fantastic Five, the Funky Four, y'all still alive for the most part. The Furious Five, we need to get right to the point. Hip hop owes about $1 billion to the circle founding fathers, and you gotta work through the politicians. I got a chance to meet Joe Biden before. We know Andrew Cuomo. We know Bill de Blasio. We have to work through the politicians to make sure that these record labels and these record execs stop utilizing hip-hop as a tool of mass destruction in the black community. Because that's what it is. If you listen to every verse, it's all about getting high on some lean, codeine, oxys, perks, selling drugs. How's that hip-hop? That's not hip hop. And then it's all about killing somebody, mama and grandmama. That definitely ain't hip hop. We don't need my grandmother and mama killed because every verse is y'all kill everybody in your family. That's not gonna make hip hop better for the black community. The black community comes first. Look at this Tekashi 6ix9ine thing. Is you serious? This ain't about snitching or not snitching. It's about the fact that it is irrelevant for this man and the lifestyle that he is trying to present to the hip hop community is relevant. You're going to tell me that these are hip hop people who are manufacturing this particular brand and ideology. That these are the people who created hip hop. That Herc sanctioned all this. That Coke LaRock, who is sanctioning this guy running around here with all this rainbow bright shit on and telling the black community and hip hop that this is hip hop. And who is this dude? Who is he? To be able to do what Herc can't even do. He came home and bought 5 brand new vehicles in assess to almost $500,000. I mean, does Herc can't do that. The circle founding fathers can't do that. That's not hip hop. We don't need bad hip hop anymore. We don't need hip hop that's destructive to the black community. That tells the black community gang bang, sell drugs, kill each other moms and pops. It's all for money, and that's all you need is money. And then when we get good artists who are conscious and want us to do right in the black community, they're not being pushed. And you're going to tell me that we can't control who we favor in the black community to be our national representatives for the hip hop community? Those are not black people who are controlling hip hop nowadays. And it ain't a racial thing I'm talking about. Think about it. Who black would want Tekashi 6ix9ine to be highly successful in the black community with all that rainbow bright shit on? And they want all the artists to be basically the same. The rainbow bright look. They want this because they want to have impressionists They want people to be mindless, and for the people who are centering around the control factors to be able to mold these kids into the same kind of orientation and base it on the premise of popularity. But this is not popularity. There are a small faction of people who are able to have these computer generated popular vote orientation things, and they are attributing who they want to be popular and who they don't. They don't want people thinking, so they don't have artists that make you think. They want people to be mindless drones so that they can give them anything they want. That's why they always want people high and drugged up, because high people and drugged up people don't think on the same value system as people who are conscious and don't get high. So they use hip hop as a tool of destruction against the black community. And until we get with the record executives, there wasn't supposed to be the way that everybody went around Jimmy Levine, Tommy Boy, the one around Clive Davis with the music, with the art form. And I respect Clive Davis and Jimmy Levine to the fullest, but at the same time, this art form belongs to Kool Herc, Coke La Rock, and there are 100,000 guns that would attribute to that. I might be able to get up 1 million guns, straight up and down. But we definitely got 100,000 that to establish what is hip hop and how do you talk to these record execs about your own creation. You don't beg somebody to do right with you about your own creation. It's something you created. That's something that you own. You give them the business for what you own. You make sure where everything you say is the dictum. You're dictating to them. You're not asking. You're telling them what is going to be general policy or consequences. That's where we stepping at. You had an army. The army was decimated by Afrika Bambaataa and his inability to separate his sexuality from what was important to the people who were around him. We've been trying to get at these record execs. We've been talking about we have to control the dynamics of hip hop or it's going to get lost in self-destruction. We know what self-destruction was. Self-destruction was about what was taking place during the time in 1987 with what was going on with hip hop coming from the West Coast. It was too much. We was like, yo, look, man, we understand what you're saying. We know your plight as people. But we need to lead the black community in the right direction, and this is not the way to do it. We can't be around here talking about we niggas, gang banging, and all that. Now that's all we got. That's all they'll sell us in the black community, is that we niggas and we gang banging. That's what they want them to think like, because that's what they can control. And that's not us controlling hip hop. How are we controlling it? Herc is alive. Coke La Rock is alive. The first DJ and MC of hip hop are still alive. Grandmaster Flash, the first circle of founding fathers, is still here. And until they step up as a coalition of men and women who are tired of the bullshit, get to the politicians and make these people pay you as hip hop liaisons. You're not even invited to the shows, to the award shows. How you gonna give this motherfucker an award show and you ain't never give Kool Herc an award show for the creation of hip hop? Who the fuck is y'all? This is Bambaataa, because the guns that was associated with what we was about, the militancy, has dissipated. It evaporated because we allowed for Bambaataa to do what Bambaataa was doing for all those fucking years, instead of stepping up to the plate and giving people ultimatums. Artists don't listen, whip their ass, throw them down some steps. Record executives don't listen, whip their ass, throw them down some fucking steps. If it goes beyond that, then that's what the fuck it do. But you gotta control your own art form. You can't allow for people to tell you what the fuck they doing with your shit. And that's the problem. They don't respect the consequences of people who are throwing down a fucking flight of steps. They think it's a joke, because nobody was going to step up because we allowed for that shit to happen. And it hurt me because I know who Ahmed is. I know Billy. I know Jazzy J. Jazzy, you could have been with Lil' Kim and all that. Your man fucked all that up. If your man wasn't like he was, if he was heterosexual, how would he not have did all he could with an Amazulu Nation to have Erykah Badu as his wife? Jill Scott as his wife, making his babies. This the problem with what you're allowed to happen. You can't let nobody like that do what he do. That's what I was trying to tell you. I was like, yo, he's killing your life. Yo, you could have easily stepped to Puff, man, in your glory days. Step to Puff and be like, yo, man, yo, I'm feeling Lil' Kim, man. Yo, what's up, man? Get me a little one-on-one with her so I can talk to her and dibby-dabby and see what I can pull out of that and pull a rabbit out your hat. You can't get shit done with your man because your man's a bird and he making you a bird. That's what you're becoming. I remember everybody with the gun. I remember when we had to go roll and do what we was doing, not to kill people, but to make sure we were safe as an entourage. Very aggressive entourage. And y'all let that motherfucker throw off all the kismet, all the chemistry of kudu, or hoodoo, voodoo, who we are in Rabbi Naz, who we are as Book of Men's, the 114th surah of Holy Kitab. That's what I'm telling you. That cornball motherfucker been snaking for years with this garbage, man. Come on. Our aspirations as men is to make it in the world so that we can have the women that we desire to have. You can't follow no homo. That nigga was straight telling you he Kwamalu. He was moving in a direction. He was doing foul shit from the time he had everybody in dance material. I came there with Zombo. I know the formation. This is what we talking about. Your man been crippling everything. And because we ain't moving like we would move. You know how many soldiers be lost in the midst of all this madness, man? And these kids thinking they run this shit. They ain't got no respect. They ain't gonna come step up like, you think they gonna say something nice? Throw their ass in the trunk of a fucking car and drive them 3 fucking states and then give them a motherfucking Slurpee from 7-Eleven. You know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers are listening. That's what the problem is, man. Y'all letting this shit really get out of control. And y'all wasn't them kind of dudes. But because you allow for your man, homosexuality, yo, I've been in prison and everything. Niggas ain't gay. Niggas don't even go that way. But in order for the mindset of anything like that to go around a heterosexual individual, he has to be starving. He has to lose his natural causation with women in order to potentially be motherfucking manipulated into things of that extreme or in that kind of sense of value. So what he did was he manipulated y'all and starved you out in your face. Y'all don't even know you're starving. If you can't walk up to motherfucking Nicki Minaj and entice her to want to get with you, then you ain't saying nothing. This is your creation, man. We ain't do this right, man. You don't follow no dude like that, man. That nigga had everybody thinking the world was gay, man. If you follow Bam and he take you to all the spots he gonna take you to, you gonna think the world is gay. Because that's all he gonna show you. He ain't gonna show you nothing else. And y'all kept protecting this nigga like he was the son of man. I'm listening to niggas talking about the Amin Ra hip hop. The what? The what? The nigga what? Nigga who? Man, you don't need that sucker nigga. You need that stage, man. You need the persuasive argument of having the top quality MCs and DJs doing their thing. You go to the record, you go to the record labels, and you make them do what's necessary. If they ain't doing what's necessary, you stepped in them with your wolves, man. You come in there 100 strong, man, and start tearing everything up. Trust me, next time you come in there, man, they gonna have a real good package for you. Same thing with everything that's going on with the radio stations. I wish a motherfucking would tell me they not gonna play our shit. I throw his ass down a flight of steps, man. He going in the trunk. He gonna wake up 3 states later to a motherfucking Slurpee from 7-Eleven. That's how you motherfucking move, man. Y'all acting like a bunch of bitches out here, man. This shit real, man. You can't control nothing if you ain't controlling the stage and the art form. Come on, Tekashi 6ix9ine, multi-millionaire after all the bullshit he did? Is Herc a billionaire? Last time I was in Herc's van, Herc had a seat that he created out of the van. He's a beautiful socialistic, capitalist, socialistic brother. But he deserves to be a multi-hundred millionaire from his creation, if not a billionaire, man. We deserve the $1 billion from the record labels, man. all these motherfucking gorillas in here, man, and y'all playing games. And then you got all the artists in the world. We couldn't even make no music after Bam, man. Bam leave niggas fucked up. You be around that nigga long enough, you gonna be like, huh, Doctor, what you say, huh? Nigga be dusted, man. That nigga's a bird, man. Y'all ain't do nothing to put that nigga in his fucking place. Come on, man. Hurt, man, I'm telling you, man. You, Coke LaRock, I spoke to y'all recently. I'm telling you, we got to go through the record labels. You got to go through the politicians to recenter the control of hip-hop around y'all. Y'all supposed to go to every award show. You going to tell me BET ain't invite Coke LaRock and Kool Herc? Grandmaster Flash ain't got an executive seat at the Grammys every year? They ain't give you an award for being the creator of hip-hop. You ain't get no money from none of that shit. Nobody throwing you money for your creation. And you got 100,000 guns that'll smack niggas in the head anytime you ask them to. Not because you such a fucking gangster, because you so beautiful on the inside. You're a beautiful person. You ain't even break your neck for that money. You ain't care about no money. You cared about the art form being used right. Every time I see you crying about, oh, they using it to destroy the babies, man. What they doing? Boy, I can't take it. Why? Why they do that to the babies, man? They're killing the kids, man. They got the kids killing kids, man. What they bug cloud, man? I don't know, man. This not Allah's like will, man. This not Jah will, man. This is wrong, born, man. Wrong. So let me off the chain, man. Let me go smash some niggas up then. The fuck you gonna get out of this shit? That's how I go, Herc, man. It don't go no other way. Talk to the politicians so we can get you in, man. They need to pay you as an executive liaison to hip-hop music. The record labels need to give you a heavy-duty severance package, man, for the illegal use of your intellectual property and the misuse of your intellectual property. They're using it as a tool of destruction against the black community. Talking about everybody supposed to just, come on, man. There was 18 killings in Chicago. You know, and the Minister Farrakhan just touched on it yesterday, man, in one day. Spike Lee went out his way to make that movie, Chirac, the way he did. He made it a satire, a comical satire. He made it into something, a melancholy kind of comical type of orientated movie, instead of bringing the realism of what people wanted to see. Spike could have easily got awards from every white executive in the world for creating a movie that got black people killing black people. And he could have been the emissary to the next 250,000 black people who get killed because of the gang violence in the movie Chirac. He could have made a movie way better than Menace to Society, Boys in the Hoods, Blood In, Blood Out, American Made. He could have combined all that shit and came out with a gangster movie that would have made them motherfuckers stand up and salute in every Chicago movie theater in Illinois, in every movie theater across America, and have everybody talking about Spike Lee deserves an Academy Award for Best Director in a movie where black people ain't doing shit but killing black people. And Spike went out his way to make sure he ain't do that, because that's the kind of God Spike Lee is, man. He'll sacrifice that bullshit so that he can get his point across and show you, like, at the end, that all the people he showed at the end were people who really got murdered at the end. This got to stop. 18 bodies in one day in one city. What the fuck y'all doing? That ain't cool. I don't want to come to Chicago and have to worry about somebody blowing my fucking head off. Talking about, yeah, we gangster, you know what I'm saying? Y'all playing too rough, motherfucker. Calm down, sit down, man, and raise them babies right, man. This is what we need to do. Now, Spike is sacrifice, man. You can't? Let's get it together, man. And yo, Hurt, man, I'm here, man. Please, man. Let's consolidate what need to be done. Talk to these record executives and talk to these politicians. We're going to have to use these politicians, man. And the same thing with with Mutulu Shakur. Just serious as the black people. People talking about free Mutulu Shakur. We got Andrew Cuomo as the governor of New York, the state where Mutulu Shakur caught his federal charges. And you talk about a governor's pardon? It's there. You ain't gonna get it better than that. Mutulu got 38 years in. He's a natural educator. That's all he would have been doing. If he got the same thing that Assata Shakur had and he got a chance to get away and got to Cuba, or whatever happened, they didn't get caught, or whatever happened with that particular situation, what would he be doing right now in the United States? Educating people. Power moves to educate the youth, the babies. He ain't no gang. He wouldn't have been running around here trying to be no gangster. He'd have been running around here being a college professor, educating people. That's why he deserves a reprise, man, a governor's pardon. And you can't get it no better than Andrew Cuomo. His pops was the man. Mario used to look out for everybody. He said that because a person got arrested or had been convicted of a crime, should not stop that person from being able to reinsert themselves into society and make something of their lives. And he stood by that shit, man. He was doing that in the 80s and the 90s, man. You serious? Andrew the same way, man. This the time. Get shit done, man. I'm tired of all the fake ass, Black Lives Matter. It gotta matter. But let's do what's necessary to make it matter. With that, I say peace, man.